Grandstand Bettors here with 32 NFL season previews in 32 days. We are on day number 25, and we just finished up the NFC East yesterday. It's time to move on to and deep dive into the NFC North, and we're going to start today with the Green Bay Packers. As always, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our team previews and season-long NFL free picks. And while you're at it, go ahead and smash that like button. With the NFL season just around the corner, now is the time to get excited. We have one more preseason game left. Smash that like button if you are excited for the NFL season starting. Before we get into our Packers season preview today, just a quick reminder. Did you know we're giving away $1,000 to one of you, our subscribers, this NFL season? All you have to do is head on over to grandstandbettors.com, sign up for our free NFL betting contest. The link's below in the description, and you could be taking home $1,000 this NFL season. While you're over at grandstandbettors.com, go ahead, become part of our family, and start living that grandstand life. But, hey, without further ado, let's dive in to the Green Bay Packers season preview. And to do so, let's take a quick look at their 2020 season. After drafting Jordan Love last season, rather than, let's say, a wide receiver to add weapons for Rodgers and the Packers, they got an MVP season out of Aaron Rodgers, and they placed 5th overall in yards per game and 1st in points per game. The Packers were the number 1 seed. A lot of people forget that. They were the number 1 seed last year, made it to the conference championship game, but that's where they lost against Tom Brady and the Bucs 31-26, which, listen, they really struggled after that loss. It started a whole offseason affair that really only ended weeks ago. The Packers front office has really screwed things up with Rodgers, and most likely he's not going to play for the Packers next season. However, what we care about is this upcoming season, and with him playing, he's going to have a chip on his shoulder yet again, and we think he's going to probably come out with another phenomenal season. Now, on that note, there really was no weakness with their offense last season behind Rodgers, Davante Adams, and Aaron Jones. And that's really not why they lost to the Bucs in the conference championship because they scored 26 points. The defense really cost them that game in the conference championship. They gave up a late touchdown in the first half and really had no business giving up that late and that deep of a pass. All in all, they just got outplayed by the Bucs offense. Now, they have a good secondary and really have always had somewhat of a good defense, but the Bucs really showed them how important it is to have fast linebackers at the position. If they're going to make a Super Bowl run this year, they're going to have to address a few spots on their defense to complete the team. Now, as we dive into the 2021 season preview, let's take a look at some offseason moves first. The Packers were able to get Randall Cobb back from the Texans, which was definitely a move to make Rodgers happy and adds another weapon at an already great wide receiver group. They have Davante Adams, Allen Lazard, and Marquez Valdes-Scantling. However, that was only one of 2 additions they made to their offensive group in the free agency, which still makes them one of the best in the league. The other move was adding Dennis Kelly as their backup right tackle to Billy Turner, which just adds more depth to one of the best offensive lines in the league. Now, one loss we want to highlight was the running back, Jamal Williams, to the Lions. Williams was a very underrated back, in our opinion. We did not see him that often last season since he only came in for Aaron Jones while he was either injured or resting for the playoffs. And we were kind of surprised he went to the Lions since they seem to like DeAndre Swift, who is their starter over there. But whatever the case may be, we think that's a big loss here for the Green Bay Packers. A.J. Dillon is now the backup, and let's be honest, he is not comparable to Williams in the backfield. If you move on to their defensive adjustments this offseason, the Packers lost Kristen Kirksey to the Texans in free agency. They'll be looking to either have Chris Barnes or Devondre Campbell, who they picked up from the Cardinals, to fill that role most likely. They also lost Josh Jackson to the Giants, defensive lineman Montravius Adams to the Patriots, and safety Raven Green to the Bucs. They weren't relatively big names on the defense last year, but they did each play in over 8 games last season and made some good, big contributions to the unit. It really took away a good bit of depth from the defense, which if you're going to put together a Super Bowl season, you need to get good backups. The Packers did add cornerback Isaac Yiadom, I think I said that right, from the Giants, but there was only that one defensive pickup in the offseason. If you want to dive into their draft picks this season, the Packers selected 3 offensive linemen, a wide receiver, and 4 defensive players. Of all these picks, we only want to really highlight 3 of them. Their first draft pick, which was Eric Stokes out of Georgia, he was a really good pickup for them. They needed more depth at quarterback as they lost a couple in free agency, and we think he's going to be pretty good, and a lot of people overlooked him, and there were a lot of good cornerbacks in the draft, but I think he was top-notch. So we also like the selection, the second-round center, Josh Myers out of Ohio State. It's looking like he's going to get the starting job come week 1, and was a big draft pick after Corey Linsley went to the Chargers. So the last draft pick we want to see or mention that's kind of worth noting here is Amari Rodgers out of Clemson. Given the depth at wide receiver, don't expect much on the field from him this year. He's going to be a nice slot receiver down the line, maybe with a different team, but he was another great pickup, especially if they really want to consider Aaron Rodgers maybe staying one more year. If we get into their schedule, it's the 4th hardest in the NFL this season, and they have a season win total set at 10. They do have a breeze, though, in their division. Vikings, Lions, Bears, not what they used to be. Bears never been what they used to be. All those teams are rebuilding this year, and if the Bears really stick with Andy Dalton, they're going to be just awful. We have them going 5-1 through these games. They also have to play the NFC West Division and the Washington Football Team and the Saints in the NFC. We have them winning week 1 against the Saints. I don't know if Winston or Taysom Hill is going to be starting, but I think Aaron Rodgers can trump either of those starters in that game, beating also the football team. But I think they're going to go 2-2 in their games in the NFC West. That gives them 5 remaining games on their schedule against the AFC North and the Chiefs. This is the biggest reason that they have one of the hardest schedules in the league. They should be able to beat the Bengals and the Steelers without any issues, but the Ravens, the Browns, the Chiefs, those are all going to be tough games. We think they can beat the Browns out of those games since it is at home on Christmas Day on the frozen tundra. That's going to probably give them 11 or 12 wins on the season. Listen, it just doesn't make sense for us to bet against Rodgers this season and a very good offense with a defense that's really looking to improve. Packers fans, we want to know, what is your team going to do this season? Put your thought in the comments below. Let us know. Over, under 10 wins this season. Also, do you like Aaron Rodgers still? Did the offseason drama really take you away from him? Do you think he's a diva? Let us know below. Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love, what are you looking to for the future of the franchise? For those of us here at Grandstand Bettors, that does it for our Packers season preview. Join us tomorrow as we deep dive into the Detroit Lions season preview. As always, sit back, relax, enjoy the preseason. The NFL season's right around the corner, and we'll see you tomorrow.